Get off my lawn. Don't turn around in my driveway. And don't drive slow if you're in the left lane. Scooby-Doo-Bop-Bop-a-Deep-a-Doo-Bop-Bop. Surrounded by brilliance.
What is up, Internet? Yep, you know it. Another episode of the Surrounded by Brilliance podcast. The Surrounded by Brilliance podcast was created to bring together like-minded people who don't get offended by much and definitely get annoyed by most things. That's me. I'm pretty certain that's my guest in some regards. This is a podcast where humor, levity, and some serious discussion will give you a glimpse into the inner workings of my brain, a self-proclaimed get-off-my-lawn guy. You'll hear funny stories, stupid concepts, and a whole lot more nonsense from some really interesting people and probably some not so interesting people. Today, my guest is Christy Homan. In case you're wondering, Christy, it's spelled Christ with a Y. Oh!
Yes.
She's a happy-go-lucky, divorced mother of three fine young adults. For the past 25 years, she has spent 9 months of the year as a 7th grade language arts and reading teacher, and for the last few years, she's been a morning stalker at Menards on Saturdays and during the summer months, in addition to attempting to banish daily chaos and bring a little joy wherever she goes. Christy's goal as a teacher is to help kids that hate reading and writing to tolerate it more and push the ones that like it to love it. She's all about elevating her students.
Yeah, I try.
Aside from working 2 jobs and managing 3 kids, Christy drives her 12-year-old minivan back and forth to maintain a long-distance relationship with her amazing boyfriend. Amazing? That's a questionable word. Christy is a very independent woman who isn't afraid to change a tire, stack some wood, or redo her kitchen. She's an unapologetic straight shooter, a substantial yapper, and a glorified realist. Christy loves meeting new people, traveling the world, and trying new things. She was raised to be strong and confident and taught that being a female shouldn't stop her from completing any goal she set out to accomplish. She is a former CrossFitter and thus a self-proclaimed savage. Welcome to the podcast, Christy Homan, Christ with a Y.
Hello, Josh. How's it going?
It's going. Thanks for coming on. I have to ask about a glorified realist. What exactly is a glorified realist?
Well, I pretty much look at reality as is and look at the big picture, and that's what it is. Glorified, I focus on reality more so than dreamland, I guess.
No, I get it. I think that might be a bit of an oxymoron though, because if you're a realist, there's no glorification of anything. You're just like,
this is true.
Here's where we are. This is it. There's no pomp. There's no circumstance. It's just
true.
Real. Look at that.
Real.
You ever need a sub for your 7th grade language arts and reading teacher? It sounds like I can do her.
You can. All you have to do is have a warm body and a heartbeat.
Wow. You're not giving yourself enough credit. You're saying it's like a substitute.
Yeah, well, it's a 1-day deal. 180 days is a little different.
Yeah, I get it. So what's going on with you? Anything exciting going on in your day-to-day right now? Obviously, you're out for the summer. I know that.
Out for the summer. So, as I talked to you before, the last 2 weeks I've just been knocking out projects, mulching, painting the garage, organizing.
Okay.
My son gets married in a month.
Oh, that's right.
So we have that. There's a fantastic 4th of July party I will be attending with my boyfriend very soon.
Oh, that's right.
So, yes. So looking forward to that.
You're allowed to plug the Mr. and Mrs. 4th of July party.
Okay, well, I didn't want people to assume they're invited.
Well, if they didn't get an invite, they aren't invited.
Okay.
But we can tell them about it, and then they can have FOMO.
Excellent.
Well, you've got a busy summer.
Yes.
And on top of that, you're doing your thing at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
Yes. If I don't have to hear that again, it'd be okay.
So you are busy. You if you're listening to this, my brother-in-law Travis, Christy just gets after it during the summer. She doesn't take the 3 months
I
off.
don't
And
like to sit around. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I do like to, have downtime and
yeah.
sit on the couch and watch some shows for a while or whatever. But every day, all day, can't
Oh,
handle
and,
that.
and I'm just Travis. I know you don't do that. I'm just trying to be funny because he and I go back and forth with him sometimes. I'm like, oh, you get 3 months off every
Yeah.
year. Must be nice. Anyways, I know that it's not really 3 months off. However, I know your contracts are worded.
Ah.
So share with the people listening at home, and if they happen to be watching, how do we know each other, Christy?
Okay, so Josh, you have been good friends with my fabulous boyfriend for a very long time.
I
You
have.
went to school together and then later went to college together and played football together.
Yeah.
As young adults, you continued that friendship, and now, we're hitting the middle age of life. You guys
Yeah.
are still friends. So then, as I was continued dating Brandon, you and your lovely wife Tony have invited us to join you for various things in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
And I have been the one committed to go, and he's always been the strong maybe. But I really appreciate you letting us come up there, and we've enjoyed our visits and our friendship. So that's
Yeah,
how I know you.
no, and we appreciate you coming up here, and we also we're trying to come down there more too, right? So that we can.
Right? Yeah.
It's not a one-way street. I think we're coming down there in
August.
August. Yep, and
Yes.
then possibly I think there was some talk of a Buckeye game, but
Okay.
that's plenty of time to talk through that. But yes, that's how you know me, and you did
Yes.
say his name. Brandon. He's
I
actually
did.
a guest on this podcast. He was the very first episode.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, that's excellent. So why did you agree to be on this podcast?
Well, believe it or not, I'm a podcast virgin as far
Oh,
as being a guest.
as
I
far
listen to many podcasts, but never been on one. So I'm honored. Thank you.
well, I appreciate you coming on. You know, this podcast is pretty much for anyone. If there's anything in life that annoys you, I'll have someone on this podcast. So, and I had been accused of early on by someone who said, is this just going to be about with grumpy old men, or are you going to have any ladies on it?" And I said, well, first of all, now what this person didn't realize is I had already recorded 8 or 9 episodes.
Okay.
There were, because I'm building him up.
Building it up. Yeah.
And I was like, well, I have. They just haven't been released yet. So, but yes, you're not just on. I did not invite you just because
Am
you're.
I filling a minority?
No, you're on here because I know you're funny. There are some things there's some similarities in life that you and
yeah.
I know specifically
Yes.
feel very similar about. So I wanted to have you on. So, which is kind of a good transition to this question. When you hear the phrase "get off my lawn," what does
Yes.
that mean to you?
That means there are things that people should do and should know to do, but they do not.
Or know not to do?
Okay, true. Yes.
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 If you're listening at home, I'm going to translate that in layman's terms. What Christy just said was, there's a lot of stupid fucking people out there, and there needs to be change.
Yes.
But yes. So she put it much more kind and eloquent.
Yes.
All right. So I asked that question because what we do now is we'll go ahead and we're going to go into what I call our "Surrounded by Brilliance" Get Off My Lawn segment. I've been compiling this list. I think I've shown you the list for years of get off my lawn moments, whether it's somebody or a group of people or just things that are occurring in life where you just look at it and you're like, what the hell are you doing? And you step back and you're just like, we're surrounded by brilliance here. But because really it's just, they're so stupid. It's so annoying. It's so frustrating. It's all these things that people do. And, you know, I've said this before on this podcast. I believe that most human beings feel the way on a majority of these things, but some of them they just don't want to say it, right? Because they
Right.
don't come off as being grumpy. Well, we embrace the grumpiness here at Surrounded by Brilliance. So, um, you know, and Tony always says I'm like an 80-year-old. So I love
All
it.
right.
So
You want to hear it?
what is your get off my lawn moment?
Well, it has to do. So now, mind you, I'm surrounded by junior high
Brilliance.
students for most of my world. Okay.
Yep.
But it starts early. That's where it all begins. My get off the lawn situation is smelly people. And that encompasses all foul scents:
Okay.
BO, butt stench, stinky hair stench, those who smell like an ashtray,
Okay.
uh, and then it transfers into adulthood, right?
Oh yeah.
So I have it's just disgusting. This year was the worst for odors. I actually have a deodorant bin in my room,
Oh.
and it says "Got stench, use deodorant," and they're sniffing their pits on the sign and everything. But sometimes there are mandatory referrals, and sometimes there are suggested uses. So, and I have high school kids that come back and use it freely because they know it's there. But you know what frustrates me to no end? If I make a phone call home and I tell the parents, like, hey, your kid, and nobody should have to sit next to somebody who reeks like that, right?
Right.
Not only is my room this, encompassing the smell, but the student next to that student that reeks,
Yeah.
be on them. And so, anyway, if I contact the parents and say, your kid stinks, wouldn't you think the next day would be better? No. No.
Well,
And honestly, I'm thinking of myself. So if I got a phone call that my kid stinks, that kid is scrubbing him or herself really darn well, or else mama's getting in there too. So, and I preach all the time about cleaning your crevices. Now, I don't address people in public, but with students, I can. So
right.
there's that.
Well, yeah, you're molding America's youth, and part of that molding
Trying.
is my number one rule. Number one rule. Well, probably number two rule. Number one rule is just treat people the way you want to be treated. Number
Yes.
two rule: do not ever be the stinky guy. Ever.
Yes. Ever.
Never. So
People don't forget.
no. So that is a look. I can relate to that. I believe I'm a big fan of like there's people that first of all, if you go to the gym and you work out, I applaud
yeah.
you because you're doing the
Yep.
work.
Yep.
But part of your gym routine should be throwing on a little DO for the BO before you go.
Amen.
There's nothing
Terrible.
worse. There's nothing worse than going to the gym and knowing that there's a guy or gal there who, they don't wear deodorant, and everyone knows it.
Yes.
There's a few individuals at my gym that I think that they're just trying to be. I think that they're of the all natural thing, right? They're like, I don't think that they are genuinely
Trying to stink.
because they shower. I've seen them. I haven't seen them in the shower. I've seen them walk out of the gym having obviously showered, and
Right.
so I think that they're just of the mindset they either don't put DO for the BO on, or they're like, hey, I don't wear DO because it's bad for me. Well, newsflash, if you know you are and you're watching this, they make
Please
deodorant that doesn't
help
have
us all.
aluminum in it, okay?
Yes.
All right. So how do you make the stinkiness a positive? Because we're not just about negativity here and bitching and
Right.
complaining. Full circle, what positives can we take from the stinkiness? Because it can be children, middle schoolers, adults, anybody.
Right. So you can excessively appreciate those who smell good, which I've done. You go into Walmart and you walk by somebody who smells really good. I've been known to, man, woman, doesn't matter. I've been known to say, hey, you smell really good. That's
Wait a
nuts.
second.
Like,
You go
I
to
have.
you go to Walmart to smell good people?
Well, no, I was just using that location as an example, but yes, like if somebody smells good, I will comment on that, and I like people who smell good. But
Okay. Well, that's
yeah,
a great positive because what you're doing is you're reinforcing the you
the
smell
good.
good, and then you're
Yeah.
denouncing the stench.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. I don't. So I'm going to share my get off my lawn.
Okay.
This. I'm sure you can relate to this, and there's a lot of people listening that will relate to this. And this isn't flashy. This isn't sexy, but
Okay.
people who never put their cell phone down. Never.
Uh,
Now, there's a
I'm
lot
with you.
teenagers and kids fall into this, but there's adults too that they're always on their phone.
Yes.
Whether God knows what they're doing, there are there you could literally say, "Hey, did you get that text I sent you?" And they'll be on their phone and be like, "No, I didn't get it," because they're preoccupied with this or preoccupied with that. We as a society are so addicted. This is probably more addictive than alcohol and other drugs. This thing
I
right here,
agree.
but they just don't put it down, and they don't have the understanding or the common sense to be like, "Oh, I'm having a one-on-one conversation, or I'm sitting around a table with a bunch of other people.
Right.
Put your damn phone down for 5 seconds. You might learn something." And they always have to have it in their hand, right? I'm just like,
Yes.
leave it in the other room. So it really, it frustrates me because then I'm like, what conversation are we having? Why are you even listening to what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're obviously preoccupied. The positive in this is that I know personally when I've made the commitment to set my phone down and
Right.
go do whatever and not and engage with people, that boy, I feel so much better. I
Yes.
I don't feel dumber. So the positive is I see people who are always on their phone, and it's always it's a positive reminder to me, like, Josh, don't be that person. Put your phone down. Have an actual conversation. We've got a little sign in our house and in the kitchen that says, "We don't have Wi-Fi. Pretend it's 1995 and talk to somebody."
Yes, I love that. I'm with you on the cell phone thing. I know some people personally that have addictions, and it is annoying, especially if you're having a one-on-one, and they're like talking to you but texting or whatever they're doing, and
Yeah,
yeah,
I
super
wa-
annoying.
I once offered two of our children. I offered them $500 to go a week without their phone. Like, hey, we're gonna put your phone in this safe, and you won't have it for a week. And at the end of the week, you'll get $500. And they didn't have to think about it. Like, nope, no, yeah.
Really?
And I didn't. I was like, Tony's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, they're not gonna take the bet anyways. But yeah, I'm like, "I'll give you $500." And then they're like, "That's not enough." I said, "Okay, 1,000. I'll give you $1,000 if you can go a week without using your phone." And they're like,
And they declined.
"No, can't." I'm like, "Yeah, you have a problem."
Wow.
But they're not the. I mean, I
They're
think,
not the only
yeah.
ones. No.
So I'm
Yeah.
just using it as an example. So.
Right. Right.
Well,
Wow.
that was a great get off my lawn segment. I love yours because, look, with a schnoz like this, I'm all about smells. Tony's like, I'll be like, "You smell that?" She's like, "I don't smell anything."
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm always quick. I'm quick on the job to get a whiff of something. So,
Yes. Yes.
all
You're the
right, so
hound.
I am. So we're going to transition. We'll go ahead and I'm going to move us on to what I call our surrounded by brilliance, not so rapid fire questions.
Okay.
The not,
Okay.
the not so comes from a longtime listener who reached out and said, "Hey, those aren't really rapid fire questions because there's a lot of thought and pontification." So,
Okay. Fair enough.
all right. So, if you've listened to the podcast, you know that there's a couple mainstays that I ask everyone. So,
Yes.
the first one, and you're in your 40s, correct?
Yes. Approaching 50.
So if we could rewind to when um, you were 20 years old, and I told you, Christy, Christ with a Y,
Yes.
you have to either give up your looks or your sense of humor for the rest of your life. Which one would you choose to give up, and why would you choose to give it up?
That's an easy answer. I would give up my looks because they obviously aren't getting better past 20. And who doesn't love being around funny people, right? It doesn't matter what age you are. You be a little kid all the way to 100 years old. You appreciate humor.
Yeah,
Um, those that can make you laugh, people you can just laugh with.
yeah,
Humor is a big thing.
yeah. It is. Um, I, that's a great answer. It's a very common answer because,
Yeah,
you know, it's. I mean, if you can't laugh, like, boy, you're
ugh,
gonna have a miserable life. Like,
exactly.
it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how good. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. I mean, even I can tell you, you can be the most beautiful woman in the world, but if you have no sense of humor,
Ugh,
see ya.
yes.
But I,
So when I got divorced and then I was, back on the train, um, that was one of the things I said. If I talk to the person and I do not laugh, they don't, make me chuckle, peace out.
well,
Nobody's got time for that.
you found someone who definitely has a sense of humor.
Oh,
He can
absolutely.
make, I know that he can make you laugh.
Yes.
So, so that's good. Love the answer. It's I'm with you. Got to keep the sense of humor because
Yes.
Mother Nature's undefeated on looks, taking your looks away anyways. So,
Yes.
so what's one thing that 40-something-year-old Christy would tell her 21-year-old self?
Ooh, that's a deep question.
Yeah.
Um, I would say I'm going to relate it to marriage. So when I was first married, I was 23 and I grew up a certain way and my ex-husband grew up a certain way and they were very different.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted things a certain way because that's how I grew up. And he wanted things a certain way. And I would say be a little more give and take on that
Okay.
because I was pretty staunch.
Yeah. In summary, you need to be flexible in a relationship.
Yes, yes. And um, appreciate things more. Appreciate time with your family more. Appreciate nature. Appreciate days off. I mean,
Yeah.
all those little things that maybe I was just running through life.
Yeah. I love I love the response, but I think even if you told your 21-year-old self to appreciate
Wouldn't
things,
listen.
no, no, you wouldn't. She'd be
Not
like,
at all.
she'd,
Not at all.
she'd be like, yeah, don't. She's like, get out of here and don't break your hip on the way out, old Christy.
That is exactly right. I'm
All
stubborn
right.
now and was stubborn then.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with that. So, what your favorite place that you've traveled to?
Oh,
Go ahead. Favorite
favorite
place
place
that
I've
you've traveled
traveled
to?
to?
Because I know you love to travel.
I love to travel. Europe. Last year, I took a trip with several other people, but my daughter, who had just graduated high school, got to go with me too. And we went all along the Mediterranean. And so we went to France, Spain, and Italy, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful landscapes, awesome food, cool places to see. The people are so unique, and it's just really cool to get outside of your country and see other places.
Yeah.
Um, so I loved it, especially getting to experience it with my daughter.
No, that's
Yeah,
great. I know. We were in Europe last year and around this time, and with like D-Day and D-Day coming and going this past Friday,
yeah,
because that trip to Normandy, that the day trip that we made, just keeps coming back to me, and
yeah,
um, it's stuff like that that I never thought I would like. Growing up, I wasn't like,
sure.
oh yeah, I'm gonna go do this and do that. So traveling is fun, and just going to places and learning and being open-minded to different cultures is really, it's eye-opening too. And the food,
Yes.
to your point, the food is so much
Oh,
better over there because
oh,
they actually have like
yeah.
laws that you can't put poison in your food in Europe.
Right. Little butter, salt, sugar,
Hmm.
no, not processed like we have here. The portion sizes are actually controlled so they don't turn into fat Europeans. We just have the obese Americans piling on.
Name an underrated TV show, and why is it underrated?
Ooh, underrated. Okay, you're gonna make fun of me, but Little House on the Prairie was one of my favorite shows back in the day, and I had a crush on Charles Ingalls. Not gonna lie, he would take his stuff off when he was working in the field, and it was like, oh my lord. But anyway, uh, underrated because there were so many underlying life lessons that are very true today.
And for the record, if you're listening or if you're watching, yes,
Yes.
Christy is in her 40s. She's
I'm
not seven.
47, and yes, that was something I came home to watch on the regular.
And right after Little House on the Prairie, she turned on Bonanza
I have watched Bonanza, but that wasn't on the regular.
or Falcon Crest.
Same.
All right, I can tell you that's a first. That
Maybe
anyone-
MASH. MASH followed.
Oh my gosh, you. We got to move on because.
Okay, what else you got?
Favorite restaurant and why?
I really have no favorite. I love to try new food, go new places.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get like hooked on one little thing at a restaurant. So there's this little bar in Salina, Ohio called Loaded Barrel, and they have these potato wedges with a loaded barrel sauce that they make,
Yeah.
and Brandon and I both love it. So we will go there every now and then and get some potato wedges and play Cinco, and it's fun.
Cinco is ultra.
Singo.
Singo.
Bingo
Yeah.
is like bingo with music. It's fantastic. I won in the last 2 weeks. It's once a week. In the last 2 weeks, I've won over $200.
Because she's a baller, shot baller.
Yeah, and so we enjoy it. We took my daughter and her friend last night. Last night.
You say
And,
we? Is this you and Brandon?
Brandon and I took, my daughter Sarah and her friend Jill. So yeah, it was a good time.
Nice. Did you stop on Aldi on the way back?
No, no, I did not.
Well, because sometimes you got to go there and pick up groceries.
Sometimes you got to do it all. I get it.
All right. So, what's one vice that you have? Name a vice you have.
Oh boy. Clicking. Like clicking your fingers, making noise, like
No, not a pet peeve.
not a pet peeve. Like
What's something that you do that maybe you do too much of, or or something you're into way too much, like
Something
like
I'm
I love watches, and watches, hats, and shoes are some things I like. So I have to
okay.
say, okay, Josh, you can't get any more watches for 2 years, or you can't
Okay.
that you reflect on and realize maybe that's my take on a vice. I mean,
Okay. So I get what you're saying. Couple of years, I've been divorced 5 years. Okay, well, going on 5 years, and I enjoy working out. I like lifting weights, especially, and so I get these wild pants, capri pants, workout leggings, basically, from this company called CVG, and they're expensive. They're $60 a piece,
okay.
but I love them. And so I just got 2 pairs the last month.
Okay.
So that's probably my advice. I have several pair, And, people make comments when I wear them and I don't really care. They're wild.
Yeah.
Like the ones I just got, 2 of them. Well, one you'll see at your party.
Uh-oh. Okay.
And
Okay.
number 2, they are succulents all over them. Like
Succulent.
succulent
Okay.
plants
Yeah. Yeah.
all over, different colors.
Interesting choice.
See? I know. I have some with pineapples on them. That gets me in trouble because,
Don't go to the wrong place with those on.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, they're just wild and different, but they make me happy, when you get up in the crack of dawn and work out.
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. Your vice, while it's a vice, it makes you happy, and it's a segue for you to go to the gym and work out, which is so
Yes.
much better for you than anything. So,
True.
so you can make the argument that it's not even a vice; it's just a stepping stone to your health and
Yeah.
wellness.
I mean, it cost me, but some money,
But
but
they probably
yeah.
last long, I bet.
Oh yeah. I've had them for 5 years. Some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I have one more question to ask you, but I already know the answer, I think, because you alluded to it.
Okay.
So the question though was, so you get to work in the morning and you realize you forgot to brush your teeth and put on deodorant. What do you do?
Okay. So I am a prepared freak. So in my desk drawer, I have toothpaste and a toothbrush and the deodorant bin in my room. So I would be good at
You
work.
would use the same though as your students?
It's aerosol.
Oh.
I have all different kinds of aerosol. So men, women, unisex, all flavors, as the kids call them.
Flavors. They're like
Yes.
Miss Homan's got Riz.
They'll tell me, if I make certain comments, then zesty comes out and all that. I'm like, oh Lord, these kids today.
Oh my gosh.
Brandon told me in my bio I needed to say that my whip was my 12-year-old minivan. I'm like, I don't know if people are gonna know that.
They're not gonna know what a whip is? I mean, what do you? I mean, look, we're in our 40s. We're not 80. I mean, we might have an 80-year-old mindset.
I was trying to encompass all listeners.
Look at you trying to accommodate the mass.
You did say you were like an 80-year-old man. There might be some listening that try to relate,
No, because actual 80-year-old men probably don't know how to listen to podcasts. They're still listening to AM stations.
This is probably true.
107, like 600.1 AM.
That's probably true.
I think that your boyfriend, I think Brandon still listens to some AM stuff, if I remember correctly.
Does he really?
I could
Not
be
in my
wrong.
presence.
I could be wrong, and actually I'm probably 100% wrong. But I would rather say things that are not true about him, and make things up because it's funny. So.
Okay, all right.
And actually, this is actually that podcast will come out before this one. I just connected with him tonight. He's gonna be back on the pod again.
Okay.
He and another guest. I'm gonna have two
duo
guests, and there's gonna be a special theme to it. So.
Whoa! Stay tuned, folks.
Stay tuned. But enough about him. So look, those are all the questions I have.
Excellent.
I truly appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you.
To come on. This is fun. It's to show that even the ladies can be a little get off my lawn-ish. So
we can be.
Get off my lawn is for everyone, right?
It is. Yep. Use the DO for the BO.
The DO for the BO. So
Yes.
I always offer my guests, if you want people to find you and learn more about you, would you like them to do that? And if so,
the only thing you can find me on is Facebook, and I don't really post a lot, but it's Christy, Christ with a Y, Homan, Homan, and that's really it. I'm pretty boring, low key. Teachers, they kind of stay out of the limelight if they can.
Yep.
Don't get arrested. Don't do dumb things.
That's a good thing, because you're supposed to be setting the example for kids. So, well, I appreciate your time. This was fun.
Yes, thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed it. And
I did.
I'll be seeing you in less than 2 weeks.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks. Yeah.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be fun. So, thanks for joining today, Christy, and
Thank you.
Thanks everyone listening. Have a great night, everyone.
See y'all.
Get off my lawn. Don't turn around in my driveway. And don't drive slow if you're in the left lane. Scooby-Doo-bop-bop-a-deep-a-doop-bop-bop. Surrounded by brilliance.